Right, you're good to start the meeting.
All right, this is Katie Levitt speaking, I guess. I'm calling to order the library board meeting Tuesday, May 12th, 2020 at 6:40 p.m. We'll do a call to order. We have, let's see, I'm here, Katie Levitt, Joy, Christy, Brandy, and Melissa and David as guests. And then let's see here. It says public comment. Do I allow time for that, Melissa?
So no comments came in via the email address, so we are ready to move on to the next item.
Perfect. We are looking for approval of minutes for March 12th, 2020, when we met 2 months ago. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of March 12th?
I'll approve. I'll motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, who said that one?
Huh?
Brandy?
Joy.
Oh, Joy said it. Okay, so Christy first, Joy second, and then we'll go, let's see. I don't know. I'll say aye. Now, Joy,
Aye.
Christy,
Aye.
Brandy,
Aye.
okay, and the motion's approved. Now let's see, let's move on to item number 5, library board expiring terms.
So Katie's been with us 6 years now as of June 30th for her second round of service on the library board. She was also on the initial board when we opened. So her term is expiring. And then we're going to extend Joy's to stagger the terms so that we don't have 3 terms expiring all at once. We're going to stagger Joy's to 1 year longer than it's currently been. And Christy has agreed to go for a second term on the library board. So I'm going to take those nominations to City Council in June as recommendations. And we will be saying goodbye to Katie at the beginning of the fiscal year and have our 5-member board with everyone on board for 1, 2, or 3 years from there.
Great. Let's see here. Do you want to have us, have you put it out in the, I guess, the city newsletter about expiring terms and people applying for it?
So since Christy decided she wanted to stay for another term, no, because
you're right.
We're going to be able to modify Joy's term.
Right.
And then we have our 5-member board.
So an extension and then a redone one. Okay, perfect. That's great. Okay, so food for fines is the next item on the list for 2020, April 1st. Go ahead.
You're good. Quite obviously, the dates you guys determined at our last meeting for food for fines did not get to happen. So I'm looking for either suggestions on when you'd like it to happen, or if you just want me to bring it back to you guys at the meeting after we've reopened to the public.
Do you guys even want to deal with canned foods right now? Canned goods?
Not particularly.
Yeah,
no.
especially with germs.
As little as possible back and forth with customers, and we have to quarantine things.
So let's just bring it up when it's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quarantine's done.
Okay. Director's report, Melissa.
Okay, so our financial standing is very similar to what you've seen in the past. It was attached to the email that was sent out to you guys all. We do have a significant salary savings of about 40% because none of us are paid at the midpoint or above it. But we've expended about 25,000 of that salary savings on our collections this year to add those items that we either need more copies of that have worn out. And during this closure period, as items have not always been due back, we've had to buy multiple copies, like 4 and 5 copies of the same item, so that the holds list for the items isn't more than 5 holds long.
Wow.
Which means at the end of this quarantine period, there will be extra copies of things that we might not need, but it's providing that service to those people who are still out and about getting those materials. Our software, computer, and maintenance account, we overexpended that this year because we migrated software and paid that migration fee. However, staff have been extremely happy with the software. I also heard some positive comments from customers. So I think it's well worth it in the fact that in 18 months, we get our return on our investment. We haven't expended anything for buildings maintenance so far this year, but I am looking into a cleaning company that the fire department's been using to sanitize the library. If we are able to reopen, we're going to have some sort of a plan in place for staff safety and for more frequent cleaning with the number of people that walk through our doors. If we're ever at green level of service again and we're open to everyone all the time, it's still going to change what we're doing. Other than that, we did receive our library grant from the Utah State Library. We've had originally planned to expend that money on our summer programming. However, with the fact that we are quickly approaching June and it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to go forward with our normal programming, we've started purchasing board games and a library of things that we're going to make available with those grant funds, because any of those grant funds are contingent upon it has to provide something to the residents directly that's tangible. So next thing, no programming in person, we'll be providing additional materials. Do you guys have any questions on the financial statement?
I just have
Yes.
a question, Melissa, just regarding the new software. What's been the biggest compliment about our new system that people have been saying?
A lot of people really like being able to search by the new section because we're able to do that. Sue Alexander, she was the volunteer that originally set up the software, and she showed up last week and told us how it was great compared to what we had. The only downside was it doesn't keep her card number in the app version anymore. So she has to enter it every time she logs in. But she loved the searchability from the user side. It's so much easier for them.
So why was there extra money again for the, where are people working less?
No, the city budgets to a midpoint for positions. However, when we fill positions, we fill them at the minimum. So there's a little bit of salary savings for any of our clerk positions, because the midpoint is, I'm going to quote it wrong without pulling it up, but the midpoint is around $14 an hour. And when we hire a library clerk, we don't hire at $14 an hour unless they come to us with a lot of experience from another organization. We hire at 12 something an hour. Okay. So we have some salary savings from that way of budgeting.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. I will move on to the COVID-19 impacts. As you all know, you've been involved with this. We are now providing drive-up service during what were all of our normal library hours. In addition to providing drive-up service for those materials people placed on hold, Make It Monday, Taffy came up with is a craft kit. There's a video posted on our Facebook every Monday. They can use the drive-up service to pick up those kits. I have 2 other staff people that are working on pulling together kids' STEAM kits that will be doing the same thing. They'll be able to use the drive-up service to pick up these kids' STEAM kits. The videos will be posted to Facebook for them to be able to follow the steps and hopefully entertain themselves and learn something new while we're closed, since our STEAM programs are not currently running. Other than that, drive-up service, no, it's not the most effective method of library service. Our numbers are down. They are very, very, very small compared to what we would normally see. However, it at least allows us to be open and gives customers the opportunity to continue using services in some way or another. Splash.
How many people are you seeing use the drive? Besides me, I use it all the time.
I have a spreadsheet of that. We see between, some Saturdays are actually like only 15 cars, which isn't very many, but we see between 25 and 70 cars a day. So if we count each of those as a different card holder and household, it's 30 to 70 card holders or households per day that are being able to pick things up.
How many are doing the,
70 was how many people would walk in the library's doors in an hour when we were open.
Right.
how many are doing the Make It Mondays? How many are taking the packet, the craft?
We prepare 50, and then we run out around Friday at the end of the week.
Oh,
So,
good. Okay, so they're getting used.
Yes.
Awesome.
So it's just
Any
not
other
on
questions
Monday.
regarding that specifically?
So it's just not on Monday
So-
when they can get their kits?
So no, they can be picked up on Monday as well. Monday is just when the new one comes out
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
every week. Splash has been delayed this year, as I'm sure most of you saw in the city newsletter. So they're tentatively looking at hopefully something in August, and we will become involved and do our planning for that as we can. And then our summer reading program, Taffy's been really good. She's come up with a way that we have all the information pulled together. We'll be able to post the reading logs, et cetera, to our website so people can print them themselves if they need to. We'll have printed versions available in the lobby of the building so people can come up and they can grab them from a hanging file folder that's going to have them in the lobby. And then, of course, they can use drive up service to pick those up as well if they're picking up other things. Our challenge is everything is tentative based on when we get to reopen. And so while we have everything planned and she's got the prizes and everything else, it may be towards the middle of August before we're able to hand the prizes out for people. So
Is it, Melissa?
Mhm.
Is it possible to still do the summer reading program and just pass the prizes through like you would normally through a car window, like you do the books?
So we've kind of discussed that. Our concern is taking the reading program logs back from customers. We collect those as a method of, we have to count how many people participate, how many people registered, how many people complete the program. And there's a variety of different statistics that the state asks us about. And if we're going to be collecting the completed sheets, we'd just rather do it once we're reopened.
Okay. All right. So does anybody have any other questions or should we move on to announcements? Okay. Announcements. Our next meeting is Tuesday, July 14th. I don't know if you guys are going to meet on Zoom again or not. So I guess you'll just keep us updated, right, Melissa?
Yes, I will. As soon as we have more information, I will make sure I touch bases with you guys all. The June meeting would normally have been scheduled for the week of Splash, so it's not on our calendar to host that meeting. Did you guys want to have that meeting put back on the schedule?
I would say, let's see how COVID's doing, you know what I mean? And maybe like a week or 2 weeks before, maybe touch base, but because if it's lessening as far as moving the levels, it might be great to find out what you guys are doing, you know what I mean, how you're handling it. I think, it can change so fast, so I don't know.
Okay, I will touch bases with you all to determine if you guys are going to want a June meeting around the 1st of June. And if not, we'll move forward with our plan for July.
Okay.
Perfect. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I motion. Joy.
Do I have a second?
I'll second. Brandy.
Okay, we'll go through the ayes. Katie, aye. Joy,
Aye.
Christy,
Bye.
Brandy.
Aye.
All right, the ayes have it. We're adjourned. It is, I don't know if I give you the time, 6:54.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, you guys.
All right. Thank
Aw.
you.